Hello guys, good morning. You are welcome to my channel. You are welcome to Catfish Solution Academy. Today once again I'll be giving us a very important topic today. But before I go into this great topic, you are still watching from the background one of our mentorship program, that is online mentorship program that we do for customers that are willing to learn online. Based on these, we have various online program which start from the pond management. We have the one for the hatchery and fries management. We have for the one for basically for the hatchery, and we have the one for the basic of hatchery and fries management, because there are some people that really understand hatchery. They understand hatchery, how to hatch, but does not know how to manage. And there are some people that don't really know the intrigues of hatching and can a little bit manage. Because I've based on my experience on consultation, I realized we have those two people on the ground. And with this, in order to help and to assist in making sure that you know and you really understand about catfish hatchery, that is where I decided bringing out this online program. And based on this, the online program is helping a lot of people, because we have been doing a lot of online program everywhere in the world. Basically, we have an online mentee in Canada, we have in US, we have in Kenya, Tanzania, we have in Congo, we have in most of the African countries. We have in most of the African countries. But for those of us who ask, how do we have in US? We have a consultancy job in US that we do to a mentee who is rearing a China catfish, not basically catfish garipinos. So we do that too as well, and we monitor on a daily basis. And here in Nigeria, we have a lot of people that we have helped in Oshogbo, in Elisha, in Ibadan. We have in the east, we have in the north, we have in the south. So we make sure that in every part of the country you have, conveniently you can join force with us, and we mentor you, and we make sure at least that you are successful in what you are doing. Basically, I normally tell you guys, all what you are doing is based on God directives, and is based on God, I would say, assistant, because man to put in 100% of our best practice to make sure that it's successful, because we are dealing with natural stuff, we are dealing with livestock. So livestock are determined, most especially fish farming, are determined by the air, are determined by the waters, and these are God creations, and we need to put God in first in order to be successful. So what we do is that we try to put God in first. That we say we have mercy of God in what we are doing, and we make sure that we put our best practice 100% to make sure that we capture to this mercy of God. So what did I mean by this is that sometimes you may hatch in a water, in a particular water, and immediately you do the hatchery, and the hatchery is successful. Maybe you do it on Thursday this week, and the hatchery is successful, and repeatedly next week Thursday you want to do another one. Don't, because you use the same water, you use the same pond, and you think it will come out. You may do it, it may not come out, and you follow the other process you follow, it may not come out. That is why I'm saying that this thing sometimes really depends on nature. That is why we have to put the Almighty to the first. But as we make sure that 100% we coordinate and we do things right, we put up our best practice right, we have our result. So this is one of the mentorship program, and now we are waxing stronger and we are growing stronger on a daily basis. So if you really want to join our mentorship program, make sure that you contact the number on the screen and we will take you through how it goes. And make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube page and follow us on all our social media handle. But today I'll be talking about the great moment of sadness in catfish farming. I call it a great because there's always time for good. We can't be talking about profit on every day. But this time I'll be talking about the sudden moment in catfish farming and what are really your sudden moment in catfish farming for those of us who have been into farming for a longer period. To me, the most sudden part about sudden part about catfish farming I will describe is the floating fishes. Or when you came to the farm, maybe you just hatch and you met all your fishes. The second day, everything is white, everything just under, and they started dying, or they have even died, everything is gone. It's sudden. So that is the sudden part I will be talking about today. Or you visited your farm and you notice that almost 100, maybe 80% of the fishes is already floating. They are floating, they have turned back and floating, so that means they have died up. So those are the sudden moment in catfish farming. I will give you this great shock. I've met a lot of people that this sudden moment have turned sore. They have this sudden moment have turned them to, they started nursing IBP. This sudden moment have diffused their morale in catfish farming. So this is the moment I'll be talking about. This is a moment of sudden candidate. This is the eat in several ways. This moment eat you in several ways, but one that many farmers know too well is the sudden die of our fishes. Waking up to find a larger number of fish floating lifelessly in the water. This moment is so sudden. It's so heartbreaking. So heartbreaking. This kind of tragedy often happens due to some things I'll be talking about today. But today I'll just be talking about 4 things that I noticed that is trigger this moment. The number one thing that triggered this moment is the oxygen depletion. Maybe when after a cloudy night, when photosynthesis stopped and oxygen level dropped sharply, this moment, most especially in fryers, you cannot correct. I bet you all your fishes will die. And the only way you can save this period is to run a flow through. And note, I mentioned the night time. That means in the night, the cloudy night. So the way you can do this is just to run a flow through overnight. But not everybody will want to do that because we don't expect this sudden moment to come. So that's why I'm saying, that's why I say it's a shocking and a sudden moment. The number 2 things that can cause this moment is what we call the disease outbreak, especially bacterial infection that can spread rapidly in warm, crowded pond. Bacterial infection sometimes only give a minor signs. For a professional who understand catfish disease and symptoms, the signs you will see is how you treat them, you prevent them from the bacterial infection not to enter into them. So for those of us who really want to understand these signs, you can get a copy of my book, Catfish Diseases, Symptoms and Cure. This book will help you because there's an analysis of virtually all diseases and the symptoms to catfish farming. So getting this book will, reading through to understand, will let you know when those symptoms you are seeing. So by the time you started noticing these symptoms, the best way for you is to treat immediately. And the third one I'll be talking about today is the water contamination. That means sometimes from unexpected polluted, like the rainfall after a storm or a neighboring pesticide. For those of us who farm in the netting area, you can have a flood, a sudden change, a sudden contaminant. You can have your neighbor that spray any kind of pesticides that can run into your water and can kill your water. I've experienced a farmer called me a day that he just wake up in the morning and notice that all the fishes are gone. So those are the signs, those are the problems, the things that can really happen that may cause due to having this kind of tragedy in your farm. And the most important part of it is what we call the feed. Sometimes you may have an expired feed. These have happened to me severally. Most of these feed are not good. They are adulterated. They are expired. So by the time you introduce this kind of feed to your fishes and you come back the next day, you just notice that all these fishes have died off. So after a month of feeding, monitoring and nurturing your fishes, losing them like that can feel like all your hard work vanish overnight. And financially, it can be devastating too. It is a quite kind of grief standing by a pond that was full of life just a day before. Have you experienced something like that in your farm? So if you have experienced something like that, maybe you have been in the farm for like 7 a.m. in the night, you see live fishes, the fishes are really active, they are doing fine, and you are happy, and you woke up the next day 7 again, maybe after 12 hours, 7 again a.m. in the morning, you visited them and you notice that all the fishes are gone. So this is so heartbreaking, and I think I just need to come out with this today for one, to let us know there is always an happy time and some sad time in catfish farming. But in order for you to prevent all those sad times, make sure that you regulate and follow these 4 rules I've laid down for you on this video. And if you have not joined our mentorship program, or you think you want to do it alone, or for those of us who think they need a mentor by themselves, make sure that you type the number on the screen and get to us. And subscribe, and we have a whole lot of materials on catfish farming for you, that this will build up and will increase your profit in catfish farming. Please don't hesitate. Please don't put greed into fat farming. Greed will only destroy your business and will make things lifeless for you. So once again, my name still remains Odutola Isabiodun DTM, your great uncle on this channel. Thank you, and God bless you all.